Free at last, free at last. Jussie Smollett is free at last. America's favorite hate crime hoaxer just had his conviction overturned by Illinois' liberal Supreme Court. Why? A technicality. The same one used to free Bill Cosby. The court ruled that even though Jussie's initial charges were dropped in a sweetheart plea deal, the special prosecutor shouldn't have been allowed to refile. 10 grand and 15 hours of picking up trash besides the highway. And he's clear for staging a racist, homophobic hate crime against himself, which would have sparked a race war in America.
So, Jussie Smollett is back. Hooray! That's not the kind of hooray you want to do. Nah. But it's crazy to see that some celebrities are out here celebrating this dude.
P. Henson plays the mother of Smollett's character, is speaking out as well. She told USA Today, "I'm happy that the truth has finally been set free because I knew all along. We are happy for him and thank God the truth prevailed." The director of the movie Selma, Ava DuVernay, tweeted, "Despite the inconsistencies, I can't blindly believe Chicago PD." She says the department that covered up shooting Laquan McDonald over a dozen times, that operated an off-site torture facility, that one, I'll wait. Whatever the outcome, this won't stop me from believing others.
I'm glad the judge did what they have to do. I mean, they did the right thing. You shouldn't be punished twice for the same offense. But to find out some of this celebrity saying he's innocent, it's a win, it's embarrassing. For you that don't know what is going on, let's go with this video.
Actor and musician Jussie Smollett from the hit show Empire was attacked and beaten early this morning in Chicago, and police say it could be a hate crime.
And this is America in 2019.
It's barbaric. It really is. I mean, in this day and age, come on, it's got to stop.
We're terrorizing our own people with this hatred. This is ridiculous.
You do fool yourself that you're safe in our world.
Empire actor and our friend Jussie Smollett was brutally beaten by two men in Chicago in an attack that put him in the hospital. The police report filed by the Chicago PD stated that the two men yelled racial and homophobic slurs at Jussie before assaulting him, pouring a bleach-like substance on him, and putting a rope around his neck. His attacker screamed, "This is MAGA country."
He says, quote, "Let me start by saying that I'm okay. My body is strong, but my soul is stronger. More importantly, I want to say thank you. The outpouring of love and support from my village has meant more than I will ever be able to truly put into words." His family really throwing all of their support behind him, saying they believe him wholeheartedly. He has a concert here in LA this weekend.
I was bruised, but my ribs were not cracked. They were not broken. I fought the back.
Yeah!
I'm the King Tupac. I'm okay.
However, after an elaborate investigation, police believe they have irrefutable evidence that Jussie Smollett is not a victim, but a perpetrator filing a false police report on a fake hate crime attack to gain publicity so he can demand a higher salary on his TV show. Despite all the evidence against Jussie, including his attackers cooperating with police, Jussie is still claiming his innocence.
So now that you caught up on him and this dude talking about two white dude wearing MAGA hat stopped him with a noose and bleach and all of that in Chicago, freezing point. That's when this guy decided to stage this stupidity. And when he finally got caught, what happened? He's still trying to claim. So it's just crazy that he was trying to raise us. He was using that momentum of what was going on around that period to boost his career, but it backfired.
This witness indicated that she heard nothing at the time of the staged attack, despite the fact that defendant Smollett told CPD detectives that his attackers were yelling racial and homophobic slurs at him, and he in turn was yelling back at them.
And I see the attacker masked, and he said, "This MAGA country," punches me right in the face. So I punched his ass back.
People like this are the reason why we have so much division among us. Yes, and then the whole case went left.
State's Attorney Fox recused herself from the case and then dropped the charges. Today, veteran County Judge Michael Tooman unleashing this rabid order against Fox, suggesting her communication with Smollett's family and friends might also be indicative of bias. Tooman concluding Fox ignored standard recusal procedures by turning over the case to a top assistant. His appointment was references to an entity that did not exist.
This really takes this prosecutor to task and effectively says there's a statute here, there's a law here that governs how these things are supposed to happen, and you didn't follow it.
Full truth of this. That court agreed. A special prosecutor was appointed to this case. His name was Dan Webb. He secured a 5-count indictment. He actually secured a conviction against Smollett, but Smollett had always argued that the case was supposed to be over once he held up his end of the deal with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. He has he filed numerous motions. They took it to the Illinois Court of Appeals. The Illinois Court of Appeals ruled against Smollett, but then obviously this case went to the Illinois Supreme Court, which in the end sided with Smollett. And again, what was at issue here, Boris, was that the Illinois Supreme Court argued and determined that he had given something of value in exchange for these charges to be dropped. That should have ended the case.
To talk the least, it's embarrassing how this case was handled. It's embarrassing how the entire department, DA and all of that, allowed this guy to just go scot-free, as far as I'm concerned, because $10,000 to this guy is nothing. So there's no way someone like this would learn from his stupid mistake. At the same time, I would not support him getting punished for the same offense. That shouldn't be allowed. So I'm happy that the judge threw out the case, and that's okay. But the embarrassing thing is to now find out some stupid celebrities out there are celebrating this dude. I mean, how on earth do you think this makes any sense? Talking about, oh, you know, all along he's innocent and not. How? He's not innocent.
It didn't take long for the cops to figure out Jussie hired 2 Nigerians to stage the attack, and they sang like birds.
So I saw him out the corner of my eye, and I was like, okay, that's him. Let's go. And that's when we started yelling the famous slurs he wanted us to yell.
Outkick.com founder Clay Travis joins me now. Were you surprised by this?
By the ruling, yes. I think it's a disappointment. I would say that we need to actually go back and look at Kim Foxx, who is the DA who gave this ridiculously lenient punishment in the first place, because they didn't say Jussie Smollett was innocent. They just said that because they had already given one punishment, they weren't allowed to then come back and the outrage poured in and decide to go after another punishment. So that's really what the Supreme Court here in Illinois said.
There's nothing innocent about what he did. But one of the celebrity that was on the side of this dude was on CNN.
As far as I'm concerned, Jussie back up. Jussie back out here. This is vindication. Jussie needs all movies restored, all roles back, all records back in play right now. We needed a victory. We've been on a losing streak for a couple of weeks. Jussie's back.
Lord have mercy. Please tell me, what win is this dude talking about? What win? So, okay. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh!
But look, the moment this happened, it was basically an IQ test to see whether or not you were a complete moron or not.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's any Trump supporting person on the planet who had any idea who Jussie Smollett was.
Democrat lost the election. Okay. And the kingpin of race hustler has been released. Oh, I get. Oh, okay. That makes that makes a lot of sense. So, oh my God. This dude should go and bury his face in the sand.
I think that people overreacted to this, and I told people this before. Even if Jussie did do this, even if he did do it, it's just not that big of a deal to me.
But they're not saying he didn't lie. They're saying he shouldn't have gone through with the prosecution.
Because of double jeopardy.
Because but I'm saying it's not like saying, oh, he's clear, it's fine, he never...
And he, at least I don't think his people aren't declaring that. They're just saying, from what I understand, it's time to move on.
But there were, there were real consequences to this.
There were. Well, that's why.
There were
that's
resources,
why there was a backlash,
money spent,
absolutely,
and it was like this dominant national conversation. I mean, I think that's really what happened.
Yeah. And it also, unfortunately, it calls into question other stories that happen where there is legitimate problems.
For the first time, I will agree with Abby and some of all these ladies on the panel. How do you get on this kind of platform and talk about, oh, we finally get a win? What win, dumbass? What win? Oh my God. So you mean this is something you guys are celebrating? No wonder people voted for Trump, bro. This is one of the reasons why people voted for Trump. People are done with this stupid identity politics. You mean this guy staged something that stupid, creating so much chaos around himself, almost causing some form of riot among white and blacks across the country, and that's something you're celebrating?
I am a person, a sentient being of my own. If I have something that happens to me, it is the police's job to enforce and investigate the law. It doesn't matter whether 10 people lied before me.
And you're talking about, oh, the police, you're an entity. No, dumbass, idiot. We all function this way. The police are always doing what they have to do. They will do their investigation. They will do all of that. But the truth is, this is like a kid crying wolf. Because next time, if something serious is actually going on, most people will not care. That's what it is. I'm not sure why this idiot will get on this platform and talk like this, bro. Like, I'm not really sure. But it only says one thing. It shows that Democrats or these people or lefties or I don't know what to call them anymore other than these dumb idiots, they'll do anything to win. And anyone that is so desperate of winning, regardless of how they win, they don't give a F about you. All they care about is themselves. And the American people can see through this bullshit. And I hope we continue to see through their bullshit. I hope they continue to expose themselves like this. Because how do you say this is a win? What is a win about this? What is a win about this? This dude shouldn't even be celebrated. This dude shouldn't even be allowed to get back into Hollywood. This should be shadow banned, or however you want to say it. Because what he did was stupid. And he shouldn't be encouraged. But yeah, I know they will encourage him. I know they will bring him back. He's a hero to them. They're already saying, he's back. Oh my God. Idiots. Anyway, I'm glad people are waking up to this dumb shit that Democrats are doing, that this progressive, liberal, or whatever, leftists, or whatever they call themselves are doing. I'm glad that people are waking up to it and people are not buying this bullshit anymore. I'm glad about that. And on that note, I say thank you for joining me today. Peace out.
Jobcast.